here. This is Parker. Parker is our adult male sea lion who is 13 years old and currently weighs around 700 pounds. We also have all the way down on my left-hand side, we have Katie. Katie's working with Milo. Milo is one of our juvenile sea lions. Milo is currently 9 years old. Check out in the center, he's going to do his famous bed flip. All the way down on my right-hand side, we have Michelle. Michelle is working with Harpo. Harpo is another one of our juvenile sea lions at 9 years old. Now we also have 2 harbor seals in our exhibit that you're going to get a chance to meet throughout our presentation. Our harbor seals are the animals that have that kind of spotted fit coloration, which Val will talk about a little bit later, but our 2 harbor seals are our 2 females. We have Ellie, who is our oldest marine mammal here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. She is currently 26 years old, and she is our Atlantic harbor seal. And then Shelly, who is currently 18 years old, and she's also in the back as well. You'll get a chance to see her a little later. Now, I do want to take this opportunity to talk to you a little bit about why it is that we train seals and sea lions here at the Aquarium of the Pacific and why that's so important. Now, we train our animals for 3 very important reasons, and one of the biggest reasons, or the most important reason, is for their health care, or what we call animal husbandry. Now, animal husbandry is just a very fancy term for animal health care, and when it comes to training our seals and sea lions, you're going to notice that they're very large animals. So instead of trying to force these animals, which can be very stressful not only for us but for the animals, we build a positive relationship so that we can train them to do tasks that are pretty complicated, things like a lie-down present that you can see Parker showing off right here in front of me. Now, Parker lies down. He allows me to touch around his body, checking out for any new bruises, cuts, or scrapes, making sure that he's nice and healthy. Now, we can also train them to do different things, such as being able to open up their mouth, brush their teeth, and even administer medications for them as well. So the number one reason, or the most important reason why we train our seals and sea lions, is for their health care, so that we can train them to do these tasks with the least amount of stress possible. Now, the second reason, and one of the most fun reasons why we train our seals and sea lions, is for their physical exercise. We want to make sure these animals maintain good and healthy body weights. So coming up with behaviors in which they have to launch all 700 pounds up and out of the water, or lift their entire body weight on those front 2 flippers, things like those dances or speed swims that you might see throughout the exhibit. All these behaviors are really fun for our seals and our sea lions, but they also help to make sure that they get that physical exercise. Now, the third and final reason why we train our seals and our sea lions here at the Aquarium of the Pacific is for mental stimulation. We want to make sure our seals and sea lions not just keep their bodies active, but keep their minds pretty active as well. So we like to come up with different behaviors for them to learn. We like to say that animal training is teaching, and so each time we come into the exhibit, we want to be able to teach them something new. Now, speaking of teaching, a lot of times people want to know how it is that we train our seals and our sea lions. Now, for this, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a demonstration. So, Val, do we have a volunteer that can help me out today?
Well, we sure do, so I'd like you to meet Zoya. She's right here.
Zoya, thank you so much. I like your vest. Thank you so much for helping us out. What you're going to get a chance to do today is you're going to help me train Parker. Now, in your hand, you have what's called a target pull. Now, a target pull is what we use for the basics of all of our training. It's one of the first behaviors we ever train a seal or a sea lion, so we're going to demonstrate what that looks like. So, Zoya, can you do me a favor and place that target pull on the window in front of you? Perfect. Now, I'm going to ask Parker to go and target on that window, and he's supposed to stay on that target until I give him a magic word, which is good. And he comes back and he gets that reinforcement. Oh, Zoya, I think he likes you. We're going to try this one more time. I'm going to give him that magic word, which is good. And he's supposed to come back and get his reinforcement. Now, Zoya, you're doing such a great job. What we're going to do now is this time I'm going to send Parker right back out to that target. But this time what I want you to do is take that target pole and start walking along the windows towards me, okay? So I'm going to send Parker out one more time. He comes along that target. This time when he touches that target, I want you to start walking along the windows. All right, you're doing a great job. You can walk at a great pace. You're doing such a great job. Now you can even round that corner for me. Go ahead and round that corner for me, Zoya. Perfect. Now keep going even further down to that very last window. And I'm going to give Parker that last word, which is, and he's going to come back and get his reinforcement. Let's give Zoya a round of applause for doing such an excellent job today, as well as for Parker. Now this is, in short, how we train our seals and our sea lions. We like to call it successive approximations. We first start with that basic target behavior, and then we can move that target pull around to get more complicated behaviors like a trainer follow that you saw, or even a backflip that you saw Milo demonstrate earlier. So we call that successive approximations or baby steps, how we train these behaviors with our animals. Now,